I already got these documents stamped. You guys can check out what's up, Constitutional Freedom Fighter, what's going on. So I'm dropping off. You can check in the description. I got all the new filings here. I spent 11 hours on one of these today. Over 11 hours. Yeah, it's been a long day. So this is about the phone case. And I filed a 41G motion to have the judge order the witness in the case, the DHS officer who stole my phone, to return it. And the government has not objected to that. They're willing to give me the phone back, but they've already searched it. I just found out now that reply from them where they admit to this United States versus Samsung phone that I never received any notice about 2 days after. So it's been like 15 months. And they already broke into my phone. I have no inventory report or log of what they took, and they're still holding it, and they're saying they want the judge to order that or allow them to delete the video from me recording in the courthouse, which they never would have known that I was actually recording unless they got this warrant from a different judge, a post hoc warrant. So they seized my phone, and then they got a warrant despite the judge having been in the courtroom the whole time. Like, if you read these documents, it'll go through everything. Like I said, I'm going to do a complete breakdown of this situation, but you guys can watch that playlist. I had a 4-stage plan that I predicted how it was going to happen, what I was going to do in this case, and I ultimately achieved all 4 stages of the plan, which ended in me recording in the courtroom. And who would have thought that the witness in the case steals my phone during the hearing without any authorization from the judge? So that's what this is all about. At this point, I am telling them they need to preserve the evidence. They need to give me the phone back with the video on it. They admit in their filing that it's basically prior restraint. They're saying, we think he might publish it, so we want to be able to delete it before he gets his phone back. And so that's called prior restraint. Never mind the fact that this video is evidence. It's evidence of the theft and the assault and the official oppression and the illegal search and seizure of my device. So my phone is the only thing that has this evidence on it. And I need that evidence for my 1983 case because this Homeland Security goon was unauthorized to take it, you know? So that's basically what's going on. And what happened in the courtroom, right? The judge was like, I want to hold him in contempt. And then he rips the phone out of my hand. And then they're like, get out of here. And I say, I want my phone back. And then he goes, we'll give it to you outside. And I was like, all right. And now, so the judge is also under the impression that he's giving me the phone back. She doesn't say anything. She didn't order for it to be seized. She never held a contempt. That's the other thing. They're saying that the video is evidence of a crime. Well, if it's evidence of a crime, why haven't I been charged with a crime? Why haven't I been charged with a crime? And so clearly they're trying to destroy the evidence. And if they do destroy the evidence, now this judge is going to be implicated. And the judge in this phone case, the magistrate, is the same magistrate that I have in my federal lawsuit against the governor and the state police. And so she's going to have to recuse herself from that case and this case unless they, give me my phone back with the video on it. That's the end of the story. So I need that video to continue either the sheriff's investigation or this Concord police investigation into the theft of my phone, because it shows all the evidence of what happened and how it was taken with no judicial authority by this Homeland Security officer. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing right here. I got this stuff, it's stamped, so it's good to go. I got to put it in the envelope, drop it in the box. But you guys can check all the different filings. I filed a 41G motion to return the property a memorandum and a declaration that all goes with it. That's all in the description. Then their reply is in the description, and then the two motions I'm filing now is objection to the government's response to defendant's motion for return of property, and emergency motion to preserve evidence, prevent destruction, and objection to judicial conflict of interest. And so that's what I got going on right now. Was not having to plan on doing this. I have a bunch of other legal work to do, but this popped up, and it's been a long time, and I'm going to end up filing a 1983 Bivens action, something on this. And so that video is also evidence of that. You know, and the case itself is on appeal in the First Circuit, and it's evidence in that case. It's evidence in my appeal. And I can't access my Proton mail, all the discovery from these cases that I'm suing over and stuff like that. I can't access the encrypted Proton mail and the attachments without that phone. So that phone needs to get back in my possession immediately. You know, I'm getting the phone one way or the other. They didn't even object. If you go look at their response, they did not even object to me getting my phone back. But they're trying to claim that there's some sort of crime that happened, and there is no crime. It's a court rule, a local court rule that has no penalty, again, and no enforcement mechanism other than judicial enforcement through a contempt proceeding, which never happened. Okay? So, fuck around. They found out, and that's basically it. That's basically it. Let me go through the chat here, and then I'll drop it in and sign off with y'all. Boom, boom, boom. What's up, Carnival Games? Boston Ray, Mud Flood, Adventures. Appreciate you all in the comments. Boston Ray's always in there. Constitutional Freedom Fighter as well. Recognize these names. Top Rock, what's up? Boom, boom, boom. And then let me see here. They always top messages, all messages. I want to see all of them. Let's see if there's any that I missed. Michael Dolan, what's going on? So yeah, that's basically it. Just want to give you guys a little update. I'm like non-stop. I don't have any time for anything else between all these cases. I got a couple things coming up next week on Wednesday and Thursday. I got 2 different hearings. I got that reasonableness of the tow hearing coming up, and I told them I need 4 hours at least for the first portion of the hearing, and that one's going to be interesting. I'm going balls to the wall on that incident where they towed my vehicle unnecessarily, and we're going to see about the reasonableness of that. They recused the chief. The chief is supposed to preside over this hearing, but he recused himself, saying that he already talked to me on the phone and did this email stuff, so he doesn't want to seem like he's biased and already made his decision and da-da-da-da-da. And so the chief is tapped out. The chief of Dunbarton Police tapped out, but I said either he needs to be there or I need some sort of sworn statement about who his designee is in this situation, and I need his signature on it. So, yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on. I tried to get a continuance because the tow truck driver and his girlfriend, I'm trying to get them to be there, so I got to coordinate, and they're like, oh, you don't get any due process. This isn't a court trial. But even if it doesn't go my way at this reasonableness of the tow hearing, I'll get another shot on the appeal to the court wherever. I don't know. I don't even think they know what they're doing. They've never done one of these hearings before, as far as I can tell. The courts didn't know how to conduct one. The police station didn't know how it went, and the Department of Safety never heard of it either. So I think it's a bigger issue than we realize. They're not giving people notice of due process. They're not notifying people of their right to dispute the reasonableness of the tow. And yeah, that's it, man. Balls to the wall. That's right. Fuck around, find out. You know what I mean? Can't give up. Don't give up, people. You just got to keep fighting. So that's what we do here. You know what I mean? Yeah, they are. They're all incompetent. And it's like, ignorance of the law is not an excuse unless you're a cop or a state worker or a federal worker or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, they get qualified immunity. They don't need to know the law. But with us, it doesn't matter if we know the law. We're held to a higher standard. It's really quite mind-boggling. So, yeah, that's it. I'll turn it around here for you guys. Got the late night Dropbox. This is actually, this side of the building is the federal building, not the courthouse, but the only way to get in here, see, that's an entrance over there, but they don't have any way to go in that door. So they have like a fake security guard that sits there, and nobody's allowed to access this federal building here unless they go through the courthouse on the other side. And that's part of the problem, that they're stringently applying the local rules for the courthouse to the entire federal complex. So, we'll do it. We'll let you guys witness. Yeah, this one's basically a slam dunk. Even if they delete the video off my phone, which I think at worst maybe they'll keep a copy of it, something like that. It doesn't, like, it's going to be part of my case at some point, and I'm going to have to get a copy of it, And I'm the type that's going to publish it anyway and tell them they can hold me in contempt as long as they want, and I'll fight it from jail. You know what I mean? So let's see. Document depository. Okay. That's it. I made it before midnight, got that thing in the box, and gonna wake up first thing in the morning and start working on some other motions on other cases. So that's all, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in so late at night. I'll keep you updated as we go. Brandon Mitchell, Fafo. All right.